listen to this
video. Let go and rule Yoruba land. Let the North agree on who will rule Northwest. Let the Kanu rule Northeast. Let the Igbos rule the Southeast. Let the South agree. Then the temperature will come down. I will not want to be running federal election with 200 million naira form because I have to run from Sokoto to Ikotekpene. I will campaign as a premier of Western region where people know me and I know them. I know what they want. The Southwest want to bring all Yorubas who are Japan, bring them back to Nigeria. Nigeria is too hostile for the Yorubas now. Nigeria is a poisoned environment for Yoruba because we invested in education so much and we have lost all the human beings. They are developing other societies. The North will not care less. How many doctors do they have in United States? How many doctors do they have in Europe? These are facts I'm put on the table now. I don't need to sugarcoat anything at all. We are divided. Let's just accept it. It's no fight. It's no war. The North will come up on their own. We will respect each other. But this matter of trying to play some games, President Tinubu is better. In fact, if he runs only one time and he brings this temperature down, his name will go down in history. But if he does not do anything in the next 6 months about restructuring, and he goes to use all the money to run election in 2027 and he wins, and then what? Yorubas will become endangered in the political system because once he leaves, then Nigeria is not safe for Yoruba again.
Anyway, you see, this is the first part of the man's interview, okay? Now, there are so many things I want us to look into what this man said. This man is saying nothing but the truth. A lot of people will not like what this man is saying. Even you watching me, maybe you will not like what this man is saying. But now, let us look into what he's saying. Now, he said, number one, Nigeria is a poisonous environment to the Yoruba people. Nigeria is a poisonous environment to the Yoruba people. That Yoruba people don't want to live in Nigeria anymore. Now, I know a lot of people may ask, is it only Yoruba people? Don't we have the Igbos who have been agitating since? He is talking for his people. He is talking for his people, so don't blame him. He said Nigeria is a poisonous environment to Yoruba people. Now, the reason why he said Nigeria is a poisonous environment to Yoruba people is that he said, have you ever seen a Fulani man who is a doctor in UK, who is a doctor in US, who is a doctor in so many places? He said that Yoruba people and also people from the southern Nigeria, that they travel abroad. Nigeria, in fact, they are the victims of Nigeria. That is why they travel abroad. They don't want to be caged in one place. And what he's saying is nothing but the truth. He totally said that we are divided. And that is the reality. He said that we believe it or not. We are divided. Now, there is something he said last night that a lot of people have not taken cognizance to. He said, after Tinubu's regime, that Yoruba people's life will be in danger in Nigeria. Are you doubting it? Don't doubt it. The reason why he was saying that is something like this.
This is a direct message to people from Southwest. They have been calling us Northerners all sort of our filing names, that we are parasites, that we are useless, that they are going to teach us a lesson 2027, that even if Tinubu excelled to become the next president of Nigeria, that they are going to bring somebody from South, not the North. Maybe they have baby mentality. They don't know the North. They don't know our history. One state in northern Nigeria is equivalent to the whole of Southwest. My lecturer once told me something. My Calabar lecturer once told me something. He said, never ever in your life trust a Yoruba land. He said, if a Yoruba man shake your hand, he mean maybe or no. While in your heart, he mean yes. While in his heart, he mean no. He said, if a Yoruba man nod his head, he mean no. They are hypocrite in nature. He said, never ever trust a Yoruba man. Our northern brothers, they make a great mistake. Me personally, I did not vote for Tinubu because I already know the nature of Yoruba. They are hypocrites. They behave like chameleons. And once they hijack power, their true color will prevail. And we have seen what Tinubu is doing, what Tinubu is trying to do regarding the tax reforms. The governor of Bauchi, Bala Mohammed, has warned President Bola Tinubu that his reform policy is anti-northern Nigeria, that we are going to teach him a lesson. This is not oligarchy. You understand? If he insisted that he is arrogant, that he insisted that the tax reform must come to stay, we are going to teach him a lesson 2027. He's going to lose election. His state where he come from, Osun State and Lagos State, did not vote for him 2023 election. He did not win. He did not win election in Osun and Lagos State. Did not voted for him. Me personally, I did not vote for him. And this fight did not voted for him. He only got 8.4 million. This fight, four people came from the north. He did not even get a massive vote. You understand? Let me assure you, people from Southwest, that we are going to teach you a lesson. This is your hypocrite nature. We are going to teach you a lesson. You are going to lose election. And once a Yoruba man lost election, a Yoruba man will never ever rule this country. Even thinking of becoming a vice. Let me tell you, we are going to teach this Yoruba. This direct message to Yoruba land. Once Tinubu lost election, no any Yoruba man will ever click to power again. This is a message to you, because we have already identified your hypocrite nature. My father told me, he said never, my Calabar lecturer told me never ever trust a Yoruba man, because they have hypocrite nature. They have what they say and what they mean are two different things. Never ever trust them. They are hypocrite people in nature. This is a direct message to you. I'm just warning you, Yoruba people, that calling us all sort of names, insulting us on Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook will not make you to become a president 2027. Tinubu is OTP, one-time president, period, inshallah.
All right. So it is him that we are going to trust, right? He said we should not trust Yoruba people. Okay, no problem. But is it you that we are going to trust? In fact, make everybody go trust themselves, because trust does not exist. As far as this place is concerned, nothing like trust. So trust does not exist anymore. Now, you see what this man was saying, the man I played the video earlier before this man, that he was saying that after Tinubu's regime, that Yorubas will be in danger in Nigeria. Yorubas will be in danger after Tinubu's regime. So that is the point this Mr. Fapohunda is trying to put in place, that with what is going on now, immediately Tinubu leave that office, that Nigeria will be just like a place where if they see Yoruba self, they see snake, they will first kill the Yoruba before they will kill snakes. God forbid. We don't want to get to that extent before everybody will go on their own separate way. Right from time, me personally, I have ever advocated for peaceful dissolution of this country, Nigeria. But a lot of people won't understand what I'm saying. Even up till now, a lot of people still don't understand what I'm saying. Now, just follow me. We are going to go step by step to understanding everything in this video, okay? Now, let's turn to the video from this guest again.
All right, Dr. Fapohunda. It looks to me like a lot of people might consider your submissions a bit concerning.
Now, in this video you are going to watch, the Arise News anchor was trying to tell him that what you are saying is like a treasonable offense. So why are you trying to divide the Nigeria? Why are you trying to divide the country? Why are you saying something of hate? Listen to how the man responded to him.
All right, Dr. Fapohunda. It looks to me like a lot of people might consider your submissions a bit concerning. The way that you're addressing issues that have to do with the northern part of the country. When you say that we are different, does it appear to you that it might sound like you are trying to breed division? Does it appear to you like you are in a way sounding like Kemi Badenoch, the leader of the Conservative Party in the UK, who is of Nigerian parentage and who says that have got nothing in common with the North, and that they were even enemies, of where she comes from, which is of the Yoruba stock. You, of course, will have noticed the backlash that attracted, and people criticize that that's not the spirit that Nigeria is trying to work on. So when you base your argument of regionalization on the fact that we're not, we can be together, even though we can be good neighbors. Don't you think, sir, that you might make things a bit difficult for somebody like President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is Yoruba and who has been accused anyway of trying to Yorubanize the entire machinery of government? And therefore, if you are proposing to him that he should do more of restructuring that regionalizes, wouldn't that appear as anti-North? Anti-North at the time that key Northern elements are saying that no, come 2027, it doesn't look like we'll support you. Aren't you making things a bit difficult for a Yoruba man like yourself, sir, who's the president?
Thank you very much. It's a fact that we are divided. We pretend that it's totally, I don't understand it. The North knows what they want, and the South are reluctant to say what they want. President Tinubu is about to put all the cards on the table, trying to pepper over it and say we are united. Well, we are not united. We are not united. We are divided. That's just the truth. I've told you now that the North brought federal character. The South agreed to okay, fine, we are united. What is the result of it? The North brought quota system. Southerners agreed with it. It's in the Constitution. What is the result? If we now bring in tax to say, okay, get more VAT in the North at the expense of the South, so what will be the result? The division will continue until we remove the feeding bottle, let everybody just work according to his own dictates. The North sincerely believes in Sharia. We should not draw them for that purpose now. We should let them be. They want Sharia. In the South, there are Muslims. We don't want Sharia. Somebody brought up in Oyo to do Sharia in Oyo. Everybody put it down. The Muslims in the South don't want Sharia. So why are we pretending? In the Southeast, some few Muslims, but they don't want Sharia. Let's accept who we are. Let's accept reality so that we'll not stop talking and talking and talking. And
exactly.
Motion without movement. That's what it is. I'm not ashamed. Okay, look, if President Tinubu succeeds now, 2027, 2031, every Yoruba person in Abuja will be cleaned out of the system. Because
you understand?
We already started with Fulani. He is doing Yoruba now. Let the Igbos come. We cannot grow the Igbos if they put 99% in all positions too. Is that the way we are building the country? Let Yoruba man go and rule Yoruba land. Let the North agree on who will rule Northwest. Let the Kanu rule Northeast. Let the Igbos rule the Southeast. Let the South agree. Then the temperature will come down. I will not want to be running federal election with 200 million naira form because I have to run from Sokoto to Ikotekpene. I will campaign as a premier of Western region where people know me and I know them. I know what they want. The Southwest want to bring all Yorubas who are Japan, bring them back to Nigeria. Nigeria is too hostile for the Yorubas now. Nigeria is a poisoned environment for Yoruba because we invested in the education so much and we have lost all the human beings. They are developing other societies. The North will not care less. How many doctors do they have in United States? How many doctors do they have in Europe? These are facts I'm put on the table now. I don't need to sugarcoat anything at all. We are divided. Let's just accept it. It's no fight. It's no war. The North will come up on their own. We will respect each other. But this matter of trying to play some games, President Tinubu is better. In fact, if he runs only one time and he brings this temperature down, his name will go down in history. But if he does not do anything in the next 6 months about restructuring, and he goes to use all the money to run election in 2027 and he wins, and then what? Yorubas will become endangered in the political system because once he leaves, then Nigeria is not safe for Yoruba again.
Sorry,
let the Igbos come. They have right to come too.
Sorry.
I think we have right to come, but we are not coming. You really know what we want. Right from time the average Igbo man has ever wanted to leave the system. The average Igbo man has ever wanted Nigeria to conduct a referendum. The average Igbo man have ever wanted that this system should be just dissolution in a peaceful manner where everybody will be happy. According to him, we can still be brothers. You see, when we are talking about this issue of referendum, issue of separation, a lot of people will look at you that you don't know what you are saying. But in the real sense, you are the one that don't know what you are thinking about. Now, Kenny Bednock, you see the question the Arise guest was asking him, are you trying to be like Kenny Bednock, who said that the North are their enemy? He's just trying to nail the man. But the man stood on his ground because he knows what he's talking about. That is the same issue I am trying to tell you people today. As many people that do not understand where we are now, if you don't understand where we are now as a nation, there is nothing you will understand on earth any longer. A nation that can protect our own, a nation that can give ordinary protection of lives and property to our own. So what else are you talking about? So we have a lot of journey in this video. Now let us go to the third, video in this.
There are so many issues on this matter. The first foundation to lay is that Nigeria is not a united country, despite all the pretenses. We are not South since 1914. It has not changed. The North, at the flip of a switch, they are able to shout Northern interest. The Southerners are laid back, hoping that, oh, we are civilized. We don't want to talk about tribalism. Tribalism is at play. We are pretentious about this matter. Look, the North has taken us for a ride for too long. They foisted federal character on Nigeria over 40 years. They foisted quota system over Nigeria over 40 years. Have they benefited from it? Only the tiny clique in the North is holding the whole country to ransom. It's enough time for Nigeria to wake up. We are not together, North plus South. Now they are talking the elite, the few elite in the North, like if Finibotu is going to be removed from their mouth. That's what they are doing. They are shouting. They are forming a group now, lead of Northern Democrats. The governor of Bauchi was talking. They won't be able to pay salaries again. They won't be able to do that. Look, the North has damaged Nigeria fundamentally with this attitude. Who are the Nigerians who are now Japan now? They are Southerners. The South invested in education massively in the 50s and the 60s. The products now are being driven out of Nigeria. Can you find the Fulani man in London or in New York practicing medicine, practicing engineering? It's the Yoruba, the Igbo, Southerner that are marginalized. It's time to call the bluff of the North. Not because we even support what Tinubu is doing, but we have to converse about Nigeria. Nigeria is not, we are pretentious. Let's go to the brass tacks. That's why we are calling for regionalization. The North is separate from the South. That's just the truth. That's just the truth, unless we are deceiving ourselves. There are many issues about the tax reform. Look, the president is not focusing in the right direction. Just one item alone, inheritance tax. The North has a different perspective on Sharia. The Southwest have different customs. The East have different approach. By trying to do a unitary tax system, when we are all having a different flavor of life, is that not a voyage to nowhere? Tax bill is not the reform that we want. The country has to be reorganized and let all of us live separately, but as good neighbors. As good neighbors. We are different. It's just a fact. We can gloss over it from here to eternity. Let me just stop there right now.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to tell you what is going to happen about this association. These people are already forming a group, okay? They're already forming a group. They are going to start agitating. For them, the first thing that comes to their mind is that they should separate Nigeria into regions. That is what is in their mind. Now, don't blame them, okay? Don't blame them. You know that every agitation starts from, hey, government do well, government do well. Government did not do well. Restructure, they did not restructure. Return them to regional government, they did not return them before they will go to the major one. When Nnamdi Kanu started agitating, I started following Nnamdi Kanu a very long time ago. He was even talking about the government should do well. From there, he started talking about issue of referendum, of which he's still talking up to today. That is why he's saying Biafra or nothing. Because these people don't want to do anything. They are too dumb to understand what is going on. But actually, what this man is saying is nothing but the truth. Nothing but the truth. Kemi Bednock says Nigeria destroyed the lives of people. Nigeria destroyed the lives of her people. And everybody's saying, yeah. For the first time that I have ever seen what this anchor from Arise News, Rufai Oseni, you know, I love Rufai Oseni so much because he speaks the truth. But for the very first time I disagree with him was when he said that Kemi Bednock don't know what she's saying. No, Kemi knows what she's talking about, okay? Kemi knows what she's talking about. Nigeria destroyed lives. Nigeria don't give opportunity to people. Imagine what is going on. You can just wake up. The next step you take, you see a stray bullet. A country as such is not, in fact, it's not a place where people are supposed to live at all. So spot the lies. Did this man lie in everything he said here? He didn't lie. Everything he said is just absolutely correct, absolutely true. We cannot continue like this. And to come and think about the issue of Nnamdi Kanu, is this not what Nnamdi Kanu was trying to educate people, make people to open their brain, make people to open their mind? This is what it is. This country will not work. We need referendum. We're doing this. They said this man is having influence too much. Let's put him into prison. Now, the question I'm trying to answer this federal government, APC government, Buhari and their co, the detention of Nnamdi Kanu, does it stop people not to agitate what they're agitating? This thing it's like, let me say, it's like a religion now. It's like a religion. So if you like, continue to kill the prophets, but you can't kill the message. Okay? You can kill the prophets, you can't kill the message. We are living in a crazy world. A very crazy world. We are living in a crazy world. So we have to be very careful. We have to know what we want. We have to pursue what we want. If you said this is this, let it be. It doesn't matter how many years. It may outlive everybody, okay? It may outlive us. But if it is going to outlive us, let it be that, yes, your conscience follow what is right. Because we cannot continue like this. That is just the honest truth. We cannot continue like this. So what this man is saying is just the simple truth. I want everybody to understand. Just take and listen to the
Yoruba land. Let the North agree on who will rule Northwest. Let the Kanu rule Northeast. Let the Igbos rule the Southeast. Let the South agree. Then the temperature will come down. I will not want to be.
Now, I want to explain more to this thing he said. Let the Hausa rule North, Yoruba rule East. Very nice. Very nice. Everybody must take control of their territory. Everybody must take control of where they came from. Everybody must take control of everything happening in your area. Now, before I open my line, and if you want to join me, you can join me through the screen. I want to say this. I want to say that if this man happens to be an Igbo man, by now maybe DSS could have maybe be searching for him to arrest. However, we are going to support people who speak like this. We'll continue to support people who speak like this because we want people to continue to speak nothing but the truth. Now, the important why Yoruba man should rule Yoruba and Igbo should rule Igbo and Hausa should rule Hausa is because, like this man is just saying, if Tinubu leave Nigeria like this and Nigeria did not fight, nothing was happen, no regional government, Yoruba people in Nigeria, their life will be in danger. This man just told you think it's a child's play. That is how Nigeria is. It's a country that kills her own. So what this man is trying to say is that if Igbo man is ruling Igbo man, there will not be complaint. If Hausa man is ruling Hausa man, there will not be any complaint. If the Yoruba man is ruling Yoruba man, Benin man is ruling Benin man, there will not be complaint. Why are you going to complain to? This one that Hausa people now, the whole North, they are waging war with the Yorubas because Tinubu is already in power. It's not going to happen because when Buhari was in power, Buhari was doing the worst. Buhari was doing the worst, but nobody criticized him. They leave Buhari. Buhari was doing everything that is not normal. Nobody criticized him. Nobody do anything against him. They kept quiet. Now, immediately another person. That was how they frustrated Goodluck Jonathan. They frustrated Goodluck Jonathan. They import terrorists into Nigeria. They do all sorts of things against Jonathan. What I'm trying to tell you watching me today is that there is no future for us in this country. And I am telling you this because of what I am experiencing. I'm not telling you because of my past experience and the current experience. This is what we are seeing constantly. There is no future for us in this country. In a country where politicians, you saw Wike's son graduating from his master's degree in law in London. Okay, now come to think of it, his father said he built he built law schools. Why is it that your children can't go to the school you built? You build it for the poor. You build it for the less privileged. You will build a hospital. You can't go to that hospital because it's substandard. You feel that this hospital is not for me. It's for the poor. It's for marginaries. They look at you like a poor man. They look at you like a marginaries. These people, they are low class people. any country that don't have human feelings. You see how Nigeria is now funded. The passport is going down, everything is going down. Donald Trump did not invite Nigeria to his inauguration. Every country, if someone like Kemi Bednock talk, everybody will say she don't know what he's talking about. That is the eye the world is using to look at the nation. That is the eye the world is using to look at the nation. So when are we going to stop deceiving ourselves? When? Anyway, it is well. We'll continue to tell the world the truth. We'll continue to tell them that this country keeps lives, keeps destiny, that this country must not be one. According to Fapohunda, there is nothing hard in this, if not because of the new colonies, the agenda, their money, the oil, they don't want to separate. If not for the purpose of amalgamation up till now, tell me what is hard in having treaty. Even though we want to remain brothers, let us remain brothers in different countries because we don't have one ideology. Today, they say they want to amend law to push Sharia law so that everybody will not be personal again. Tomorrow, they say they want to establish Sharia law in Yoruba land. Next tomorrow, they say they want to do IDP in Imo State. We are not one. We don't want all those things. It's not by force. Anyway, let's open our lines, and from now you can call in and let us know how you feel. Okay, this is a public opinion platform. However, you are responsible for everything you are saying here. So let us know how you feel. Let us know what you think about all these things.